guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You might as well go ahead and hit that notification bell as well. That way you're always notified as soon as I post a new video on my channel. And yeah, today's video is, if you saw the title, then some of you might be thinking this ain't for me because I'm not 30. And you know, if you're not, then shout out to you. You know, live your young, youthful life. Anyway, so today's video is just me sitting down talking to you guys about turning 30. I turned 30 on October 27th, 2018, and yeah, I can't believe it. Honestly, I cannot believe it. I just feel like, where has the time gone? Like, time has flown by. Some days I wake up and I feel like I'm still 21. Some days I wake up and I feel 54. So yeah, I turned 30 in October. My two best friends, Melissa and Jordan, also turned 30 in 2018. So for our 30th birthday, we took a trip to New Orleans. None of us had ever been to New Orleans, and what an amazing time. We got to see Beyonce and Jay-Z at the On the Run 2 tour. We saw Big Frida. We had an amazing time in New Orleans. It was absolutely wonderful. I definitely think that's something that you should do when you turn 30, is just take a trip, go somewhere you've never been. It can be in the States, it can be out the country, whatever, but definitely take a trip to commemorate that year of turning 30, because 30 is a big deal. It's a big birthday, and I don't think it's anything to be afraid of. And that was something I had to, like, honestly wrap my mind around. Yeah, so prior to turning 30, I feel like there's this sort of like dread, or this sense of like urgency maybe, or this sense of like fear around turning 30, because you're like, I'm not in my 20s anymore. I'm like officially a grown ass woman at 30. You know what I mean? Like, you're a grown woman whenever you feel like you become a grown woman, but like 30, like at 30 you're a grown ass woman. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I got grown woman bills, okay? Like, I got grown woman issues. Like, I am a grown ass woman, and I'm 30 years old, and it's kind of scary, like, when you think about it. But now that I've been 30 for a full like 2 months, I feel like it's not that bad. Like, it's not that bad. Something that I heard, I don't know if you guys know who DeVal and Kadeen are. They're like this black couple. They're on Instagram. They were on the Black Love doc on OWN, and they're just like this millennial black couple with 3 kids, and like they live in New York and blah, blah. Anyways, I think they have a YouTube channel actually. But they were on like an episode of The Read not too long ago, and DeVal, the husband, was saying how, I think they're in like their mid 30s. They're probably like 35, 37, something like that. But DeVal was saying how, like, from 18 to 21, you think you know everything. And from like 21 to 23, 24, you know everything. And then from like 25 to 28, you start to realize you don't really know as much as you thought you knew. And then from like 29 to like your mid 30s, you're trying to fix everything that you fucked up in your early 20s because you thought you knew everything. And then like from your late 30s and on, you like pretty much got a hang of everything. So right now, I definitely do feel like I'm in that like fix it stage. To be honest, I don't feel like I messed up a whole lot in my 20s, but I definitely feel like I'm trying to fix things so that as I get into my later 30s, or like my mid to late 30s, that I'm not still dealing with the same issues that I'm dealing with now. You know what I mean? Or that I was dealing with in my late 20s. And that has more to do with like myself, like working on myself and me creating a better version of myself and being my best self, and in many different ways. And I think that that's something that when you turn 30, you really start to think about, because you're kind of at this place where you're thinking about the bigger picture now. You're thinking about, okay, you know, you're kind of thinking like, everyone around me has kids, everyone has a family, everyone's buying houses, everyone's doing this, that, and the third. And it's kind of like a reality, like, okay, I have to start getting serious about something. Like, you know what I mean? And that's not to say, like, everyone's path is different. Everyone is, you know, going to have different experiences at different times in their lives and at different, you know, ages in their lives. But I think at 30, you really start to kind of think about how you want the rest of your life to look, and you know, what is that going to look like, who is going to be involved, you know, it's a whole thing. And then also, I think with women, I think women are always under a lot of pressure. That's first and foremost. But I definitely feel like with women, that pressure gets turned up hella notches once you turn 30, because then, especially if you're like me and you're 30 and you're single and you don't have kids, people start looking at you like you're crazy. They're like, so when you're gonna get married? Bitch, I don't have a boyfriend. How the fuck do I know? Like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna get married. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't even know. Like, I don't have a boyfriend. So how can I be thinking about marriage with this imaginary person that's just gonna run out of nowhere and be in my life? I don't fucking know. Like, and then it's like, you know, with kids, honestly, that's something I thought a lot about, because, you know, once you turn 30, your OBGYN appointments start to change. Because, you know, it's no longer just about like, oh, you know, safe sex and like, you know, birth control. It's starting to get more, the conversation starts to get a little more intense, and now your OBGYN is talking about the shape of your uterus and if it's a good uterus, and, you know, how many eggs you got in there, and, you know, how that's gonna decline the older you get. And it's like, and then for me too, I feel like there's this kind of pressure to have a baby from my mom. My mom, God bless her, I love my mom to death, but she definitely puts pressure on me to have kids. She wants a grandchild more than anything in this world, and I can get it from her standpoint. You know, all of her friends have grandchildren, have had grandchildren for, you know, many years now, and she doesn't have any. And, you know, I'm not an only child, mind you. I have a brother who's capable of also producing children, but she don't even be bothering him. It's like it's on me, and it's just really, it's kind of frustrating, and I haven't figured out how to gauge that conversation with her. But at the same time, like, my mom had a stroke in 2018, and honestly, that was something that really was put into perspective for me. Like, I don't want my mom to like leave this earth without having had grandchildren, you know what I mean? Like, but at the same time, like, I feel like that's not really in my control. And why is that something that I should have to be, you know, carrying around with me? Like, I don't feel like that's right, you know what I mean? So it's like this weird balance. Like, of course I want to have children or a child one day, but there's a lot of variables that have to be put in place first for that to even take place. So I can't say that, you know, because I'm 30, like, I'm rushing to have children by the time I'm 32. I don't know when that's gonna happen. I have already accepted the fact that I'm going to be an older mom, you know what I mean? Like, I've already accepted the fact that I'm going to be, you know, well into my 30s, maybe 40s before I have children, and I'm okay with that. I think I'm okay with that. I mean, I don't have a choice to be. Like, you know, I can't rewind time and go back and have a baby at 25. You know, I have to be okay with it. And I just feel like if you are watching this and you're in your 30s, like, I just feel like, I wonder if anyone else feels that way. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why is there this pressure for women to start having children, you know, right away as soon as they turn like 30, or, you know what I mean? It's crazy to me. So one of the things that I will say I have been like embracing and looking forward to about being 30 is, like, everyone always told me, like, when you turn 30, like, you just don't give a fuck anymore. Like, you are like unfiltered, you speak your mind, you don't give a fuck about things. Like, if you don't want to go, you don't go. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just don't have time to put up with people's shit. And I agree with that. Like, I feel like I'm totally embracing that now that I'm 30, and I'm definitely going to be carrying that with me from now on, because literally I'm not gonna have my time wasted. Time is precious, time is money, and I don't have time to like be wasting it on things and people and situations that I just don't want to be involved in. So I think that has been something that has been great about being 30. Again, I've only been 30 for like 2 months, you guys, but I feel like I really am embracing it. I feel like at the end of the day, you know, no matter what age you are, it's all about just living your life the way that you find fit, because everyone's normal is different for everyone else. Like, my life and how I live it may be the strangest thing to someone else. You know what I mean? It's all about perspective, and it's all about your own personal decisions. We all have agency over our own decisions, our own views, and how we choose to live our life. And I just feel like at the end of the day, whether you're 30 or 40 or 25. It's up to you to live your life the way you see fit and the way that best serves you and brings you happiness. So don't let what your mama says or your daddy or your sister or your best friend, don't let what anyone says or what the ideas that people put in your head as to what your life should look like affect how you choose to live your life. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, nothing matters but how you feel about yourself. When you go home at night and you are by yourself, or whoever you're with, when you are with yourself at night, you have to be happy with how you are choosing to live your life and the decisions that you are making and, you know, the situation that you're putting yourself in. And that's really all that matters at the end of the day. So anyways, I feel like this video was kind of rambly, but I hope y'all got something from it. If you're in your 30s, comment down below. Tell me what you like, the one thing that you have loved about being in your 30s. And, you know, I would love to hear about it because I really feel like life starts happening at 30. Like, I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I feel like life starts happening at 30. Like, I don't know, I just feel like there's a lot of really good things to look forward to, and I'm excited about it. So yeah, I think that's really it. I think that's all I have to say. Guys, leave me your comments down below. Follow me on my social medias. It's always in the description box below, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.